I really hope I can get this in this take because I've recorded this quite a bit. Last time I said way too much. I apologize in advance if I do this time. But what up, y'all? I'm back with another video about hand cannons. I'm trying to be that hand cannon guy. Unlike my first video, which was commentary from one single game, this is more cherry pick clips. Tried to quality control it a little more. Did try to include plenty of pretty quality hand cannon play in a game that makes that difficult. This video's focus is more general than the first, which was about sort of in-game strategies. This is about where hand cannons are at since the update. They did make hand cannon registration a little more reliable, make shots hit a little more consistently, reduce bloom, all changes I was hoping to see, but hand cannons are still not easy to use. There is still a more user-friendly option at pretty much every range. If you run into a player of equal or greater skill using one, a lot of times you'll lose, and the pressure's on you to outplay them. Hand cannons don't make it easy to outshoot people, so you have to reposition, you have to re-angle, you have to use your movement. Anyways, the first point of this video is PvE. Practice like you play. Here you see me sniping. I'm not hitting every shot, but I am shooting like I would like to in a real game. I am shooting fast, I am aiming fast, I am repositioning a lot. I am using my movement in conjunction with my gun skill, practicing some fancier shit like no scopes. It starts here first. You need to train your muscle memory in PvE first. Here's a pretty basic triple jump shot. Basics are good. Slow down first, hit your crits, practice your peak shots, your movements, your slides, all your basics. Have really high standards for your PvE play. You won't produce high level results in PvP first. So start here. Here I am using my power in conjunction with my primary. I'm not using a very user-friendly hand cannon. This is a high-impact hand cannon, has quick draw, makes it feel a little snappier, but you don't always have to make your life easy, especially in PvE, where you're just looking at it as a training ground. Once you get the basics down, you can try some fancier shit. You'll actually surprise yourself at what you can accomplish, and once you start surprising yourself with some high-level results, it will start to build the sort of confidence that allows you to try those things later against real opponents. Surprising yourself will allow you to surprise your opponents later. People don't expect you to try a no scope, but if you're trying it for the first time, it's probably not going to be very successful. Moving on to the actual PvP Crucible clips. These first clips are from Trials. You're going to see a lot of Pacifica to start this video out. Later, you're going to see a lot of team play. This is still a team shot meta. I wish I could tell you that if you get good enough with a hand cannon, you can run around by yourself slaying out. You really can't. Occasionally you'll make some plays, but for the most part, you need good team play. But I was a little worried the clips later were too reliant on my teammates, so I did want to showcase some individual hand cannon play first. This first clip's more of a shotty clip, but here at the end I'm going to leave him absolute and have to finish with my hand cannon. One good thing, or one thing that helps hand cannons a lot, is having a sense of the center of your screen, even when your reticle's not up. It's something that's a huge skill with sniping and with hand cannons. You can use things like sprint and shade step to bring your reticle up without, aiming, but having a sense of the center of your screen will allow you to hip fire, to no scope, to have a little more snappy target acquisition, especially if you panic melee and they're absolute and you just need to hip fire your sniper, your hand cannon. You need to have a sense of where that screen is centering. So here I am, last guardian standing, land a good 4-tap. It's 1v2. Actually it's 1v1 here, and so I go to get a res. It's important to stay calm, especially in a game mode like Countdown. There's an objective, we're on defense, he has to plant, he's scared to. He does grab fusion here, so even though it is now 2v1, we can get in a little trouble pushing too hard. My teammate pushes in, he actually pushes into the fusion. Now this guy's shield down. I land my disorient melee on him. I'm able to find him before he makes the corner to close out the kill. He got scared when I took his radar away. Can't recommend Gemini boots enough. He panicked even though he had power and gave me his back. I took advantage of that. Here's going to be another 1v3, 1v4. I don't really remember how this plays out, but we're on defense. Play patient. I found with this map I got in the most trouble when I got too aggressive, so I started slowing down, trying to let the team show me what they want to do. My team gets really aggressive there. Once one of us goes down, they pretty much all get picked. I'm able to close out one with a scout, soften this guy, close him out with a jump shot. Now it's 1v2. Again, stay calm. They're still trying to plant. I get a call out that he's on bomb. I miss my first shot. Invis buys me enough time to 4-tap though after, because he doesn't really see me until after I miss. Here, I didn't realize this guy grabbed power. He choked it, but I was able to land a shot, which allowed me to close out with a double melee. Sometimes that's all you need, especially with a rocket. You know, I knew once he missed, he wasn't going to be able to reload too fast, and I was just going to win that slap fight. Right there was a little shameful sexy wombo. Sorry for that shameful plug of a humble brag. There'll probably be more of those. Here I am moving very fast with only one other teammate. We are isolating opponents well, though. He pushes up for an opponent ahead of us, even though there's one on our flank. I know he's focusing that opponent out ahead, so I push up aggressive with him. We're able to close out the kill. Even though there's someone on our flank who starts focusing me, I'm able to make the corner, cue my invis, buy enough time for Jay to focus fire. We're able to close out a couple kills instead of falling apart. Right at the end there, you saw another example of me having a sense of the center of my screen. I meleeed him and was able to get a pretty quick follow-up crit because that melee really does center your screen pretty well. So it's important to stay aware of that. Those were some sloppy peek shots there, but did use cover well, got the kill. These are moving into the clips that focus a lot of team play. Team play is important in this game. I wish I was godly enough to just use a hand cannon and wipe teams. I'm not. I have good teammates a lot of the time, but good shots are important too. Here you're going to see pretty crispy 4-tap. I missed one crit, but hit 3 out of 4 headshots. Here you're going to see me land first shot, use my dodge to reposition. Even though he has help, I'm able to isolate him using that cover and close the kill before his teammate locates me. This clip is going to start with a shoddy play first. Shotties, like hand cannons, are something that I feel much more comfortable using on a hunter because both require good use of movement in conjunction with your gun skill, good use of vertical space, and that's just something I'm much more proficient at on hunter. I think hunters definitely have the least predictable movement. The jump is a big part of that. The dodge is a big part of that. You can definitely change your levels and your angles very fast. Right here, we're both absolute, but I'm able to come over the top in an elusive way that allows me to find that kill shot. I don't feel nearly as confident with a hand cannon on Warlock, and for the record, I don't play Titan. To the point that I've even considered cutting out my use of Blink on Warlock, because while Blink is really good at evasion and closing distance, I do find it totally takes away my vertical space play, which is so important with a hand cannon. I'm not saying you have to use a hunter to be good with a hand cannon, but you definitely have to use a class that you're comfortable with in the air. That could be any class, but that's going to be sort of subjective to you and how you find the different characters. Some pretty good team shots. Right here, this is some quick target acquisition. 4 crits in a row at a range where we're missing 1 crit probably would have cost me that kill. Pretty proud of that. Probably something that wouldn't have been possible in the last before the last update. Right there you see some hunter skating. If you don't know what hunter skating is, it used to be called bone skating. Basically you spam jump under a low ceiling, which allows you to increase your speed. Knowing where you can do this is a pretty big skill in terms of map awareness and movement. I'm going to come over the top on him because I got the call out. I knew he was weak. I knew I didn't need a crit. I just needed to spam a few shots to his body before he could fire a few into mine, so I took advantage of the air. Here you see us push back on the bridge on Legion's Gulch. Their whole team pretty much has the high ground, so we're re-angling a lot. Jay is going to push up pretty aggressive. I don't push fast enough to save his life. Catch the revenge kill. Here I'm going to slide into a pretty clutch crit, which allows me to win this slap fight against a shoulder charging Titan, something I definitely would lose otherwise. One thing you see a lot here, I'm coming over the top again, constantly picking a different angle than my teammates. If my teammate is on the ground engaging, I'm going to come over the top and engage. If he's on the left engaging, I'm going to move to the right and engage. It's not something I think about a lot, but when I review my gameplay later, it's something I'm kind of always doing. It's definitely something you should fold into your gameplay as best you can approximate. You don't need to hold hands with your teammate, but you do need to focus the same targets as them a lot of the time. A lot of clips here are going to feature the new 4-chan can, the Jack Queen King. Here you see me snap into 2 very fast crits. Can't recommend this weapon enough. Tried to feature it a lot in the vid. I did have a request for gameplay featuring it on YouTube. It is excellent. Usually I'm an 140 RPM archetype kind of guy, but the Jack Queen King, statistically super strong in every category, has ricochet rounds, so it has that broken range boost. 91 aim assist, which you can really feel handling out the asshole. And that 91 aim assist, I hate being someone who, emphasizes aim assist, but on console with shitty shot registration, you can really feel the difference in how sticky it is. Here's a pretty sticky shots. Sometimes you land crispy shots, gives you the confidence that says you'll always land sticky shots, and then hand cans fail you. That's pretty much what happened in that clip. While hand cans definitely feel better than they did, they are still fairly inconsistent. So one engagement, they'll feel super crispy. You'll land that 4-tap, you'll go to do it again, and your reticle will be stuck in the sky. So definitely keep that in mind. No matter how much thumb skill you build, it's not going to be like the OG Luna where you can reliably 3, or in this case 4-tap all the time. You can't. So definitely check your ego. Know when it's time to disengage because your hand cannon isn't doing the trick. This video is going to close out with a lot of Vostok clips. I love hand cannon play on the tower on Vostok. Hate the level itself, but I do think the tower features a lot of opportunities to re-angle, reposition, change your vertical leveling, and do all the things that are inherent to high level hand cannon play. So I do love playing on this tower. Here's a little opener where I caught a guy across the tower platform with a nice 4-tap, backed off a flank pretty fast. He was able to make it into the tower. I don't know exactly where he went. This guy's still using the lens. Lol. Again, I'm re-angling almost every couple seconds. I'm picking a different angle, a different level. Here I'm going to outplay a sidearm with my hand cannon. Always feels good. At the end, you see another example of keeping track of the center of your screen. I melee, it centers me. I get that kill shot off. Catch a crispy little flank, just pretty opportunistic, but I do land some crispy headshots to get the double kill. And that's pretty much wrapping up the video. These are just going to be some clips that are pretty entertaining. Again, not a hand cannon clip, just a shoddy clip. Pretty high level movement, able to ape 3 out of 4 of their team. I'm going to die at the end of this clip, but it is a good example of kill clip on an old fashioned. This guy has me dead to rights, and I'm able to 3-tap him coming off the kill clip reload. Kill clip is huge in this game. In a game with low kill times, anything that can reduce that is hard to pass up. But I really hope you enjoy the video. Enjoy some of these no scopes, some of these super snipes. But that's really not the point of the video. Again, I'm kind of new to content creation, but let me know what you guys thought. Any feedback's appreciated. I'll always try to do better, and I'm like to think I have a lot of good experience with hand cannons and a lot of good clips illustrating that. So